Alright guys, that's it. Enough is enough now. If you don't win today, or at least take a point, then that's it. Europe's done. We're out of Europe for the season, and I can assure you the Queen is not happy. Now, as you all know, she has a guillotine, and she's not afraid to... Duque, nice of you to join us after international duty, mate. No, things aren't going well. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Queen of the South on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 7, Episode 6 today, and we have our European campaign on the line. We're playing AC Milan, we're hosting them at Kilmarnock, and we have to win. Or at a bare minimum, we don't have to win, we have to get a point though. If we lose the game, that's it. European football is done, unless we fancy ourselves going to Bayern Munich and getting a result, which I don't. I don't know about anybody else, but I think we're no chance of that. So yeah, and then we've got Rangers in the league as well. So we're checking how the league has been going in just a second. One piece of good news is that after randomly being called up by Colombia for the Pan American Games or something, John Carlos Duque is finally back and available. You can see he's not really in a condition to play 90 minutes against Milan, but we'll have him on the bench, and if we need him, he'll be there and we can call him in. Not too much else has happened off the field since last episode, so we'll get on to the catch-up on the field. The first game to catch you up on in the league was against St Mirren. Angus put us ahead early in the second half. Andrew Walker made it 2-0 before a Suljic stunner completed the scoring. So we really did dominate this game from first to last. You can see that on the XG tracker. It wasn't until the second half, though, that we did kind of start to put the ball in the back of the net. We tried Bermudez out here on this right-hand side, cutting in, worked well, and Ibarra as the number 10, and again, that worked quite well. It's just trying to play around with things a little bit, just trying to figure out. We've got a team of good players. I maybe just need to figure out exactly how to get the best out of them. But we played well in this one, so that was good. They didn't register a single shot, never mind a shot on target. Next up in the league, it was against newly promoted and struggling Hamilton. Walker put us in front early. Ayrton crossed for McLean to make it 2-0 at half-time. Angus added a third. And Thompson crossed for McLean to get his second. Before Hamilton got a late consolation. And what a consolation goal it was. But again, we played well. We were just a little bit too good for them. One thing you will notice, Paredes playing in this one. I have had to promise him more football. Obviously, we brought him in to play in Europe, but he wants to play a little bit more than that. So that's fine. We'll try and get him some more game time. But I ideally want him to be fresh for Europe. And, I mean, has he worked this season? I don't necessarily think it's his fault we haven't done well. Champions League, he's averaging a 7.33, so he's playing okay, but maybe the team around him, he's not quite fitting in how he would have liked, and maybe he's not bringing out the best of those around us, which is, you know, maybe hurting him a little bit. But anyway, he's only here on a one-year deal unless he plays. How many games does he have to play? He has to play 15 league games. So we can afford to play him for a couple. He's played his first game in the league, so we've got 14 more chances to see if we want to keep him for next season or not. But there's plenty of time to figure that out between now and the end of the season. Final game to catch you up on. It's a tough game to get before we have Milan and Rangers. It was Aberdeen, who are 4th in the league, so let's see how we did against them. Nakai found Johnson in space to give us a half-time lead. Lupsi made it 2-0 before Aberdeen ensured a nervous end to the game. So we almost threw this away late on. You can see on the XG tracker there was nothing, and then suddenly they scored a goal, and I can tell you that they missed one in the last minute of stoppage time, so they almost scored twice in stoppage time, really. They should have scored. So we, in the end, were very lucky to get a result that we kind of deserved, if that makes sense. So, yeah, we did get away with it, though. Johnson with a good goal. That was actually 3rd in this month's goal of the month. And the Suljic strike from earlier on against St Mirren, that was goal of the month. So I should have mentioned that at the time. But well done to both of those guys. Quick look at what that means for the league table. We are top, 2 points ahead of Rangers, so that makes today's game against them rather important. Still 7 points ahead of Celtic, which is good. Hearts is in between the two Old Firm teams, and Aberdeen is right there as well. Then it does drop off a little bit. But this is where we start Europe. We're at home to AC Milan, and you can see why we have to, realistically, if we win, is getting out of the group still on? No, it's not. Don't think like that. It's not. We just want a parachute. We realistically, I think Qarabağ and Milan. Now, are they both at home, or do we have to go to Qarabağ? No, they are both at home. They are final 2 home games. So realistically, if we can get 6 points here, it's still going to be very, very tough. And we would need... Yeah, we'd need Milan and Qarabağ to draw, ideally, wouldn't we? Or Milan to win if we're sort of thinking just a parachute. But, I mean, if you look, we go to Munich, they'll already have qualified, you would assume. So, anyway, let's go and have a look at this. It's Milan at home. We have to win. There's the rest of the fixtures on the day. Celtic in their group, if you're wondering, because now that I've said that, I am. They are second. So they are, they're looking relatively good to qualify because if they, 6 points to 1-1. So, yeah, that is looking good for them at least. We are expecting a 4-3-3 from Milan. I remembered Soleil. I'm recording this before last episode's gone out. We had him at Brentford, of course. That's where we had him. This is the team we're sending out. Santizo in goal. It's Vázquez, Walker, Bernard, and Ayrton. You'll notice a change in formation. It's Paredes and Bayless in midfield. Bermudez, Ibarra, and McLean. Johnny Angus goes up top. And yeah, we're just trying something a little bit different because, well, at this point, why not? All right, so we can see the team sheets. It looks very similar to the team that we faced last time. Liao, Leeds United legend, of course. He didn't play last time for them, I don't think. I don't remember him playing. We've done well. Pressure is on them. Caused an upset. Okay, ignore the recent praise. Play without pressure. I think that might be the way to go. Certainly, it looks as though we've got some good reactions there. All right, and here we go. I mean, league form-wise, we had a bit of a blip last time out against Motherwell, but last episode, I should say, against Motherwell. But outside of that, we've been really strong in the league. So we are in a good position. Hopefully, we can transform some of that form over to Europe. But, I mean, as I said last episode, if we're looking for a silver lining, if we are to get knocked out of Europe altogether, then we can really just focus in on trying to win the league this season. And, I mean, that would be a massive achievement of itself. And if we can do what we can do then in January is maybe try and loan out some of the youngsters to make sure, because we're not going to have that many fixtures, and just try and make sure that we're, everybody's getting the game time that they need to develop. But it would be a massive kick, wouldn't it, to not have any form of European football, especially having been drawn in the same group as Qarabağ. Vázquez with a block there. We've got some defending to do from the corner. Not always been our strong point. We have been working on it in training, as you would expect. It doesn't seem to be doing much good for us, though. Vázquez reads that nicely and wins possession back for us. If you're wondering, Ibarra as the number 10, he's got good passing vision and technique, so there's no reason why he can't play in there as an advanced playmaker, so that's why we're trying him in there. And he is a model citizen as well, so I'm hoping he'll be a good influence on the pitch. I mean, obviously he's a good influence on the dressing room. We've put Walker and Bernard back together at the back for this one. Maybe it just didn't work for Leshy last time, did it? Ayrton just waiting to get closed down. Bermudez goes past Hernandez like he's not there. Johnny Angus back to Ibarra. Can he flick a ball through or something? There's a good pass for Johnny Angus. Good first touch, and Johnny Angus has given us the lead. Oh, go away, referee. What was wrong with that? He was onside, wasn't he? Go to VAR. You better not rule this out, VAR. He was onside. Oh, Jesus Christ. He was onside, was he not? I would have bet the mortgage that he was onside, and he wasn't. He was... if you ever wondered why, people are biased against for the teams, there we go. Exhibit A, Your Honour. I would have bet the mortgage he was onside. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? But promising signs. Qarabağ are losing. More promising signs. That's what we need. A point here is not the end of the world, because if we can then go and beat Qarabağ, then at least we would, assuming that we have to... What was it 1-0 they beat us, I think, wasn't it? And it was a bit of a game where we should have won that. Never mind lost it. So we can make sure we get the head-to-head there, get a point. There's a good ball through for McLean, and McLean, is he onside? Oh, don't swear. I have to edit it out if I swear. Surely this time, VAR. Surely this time. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We could be 2-0 up. Oh, it's going to be close. He just mistimed it. But I tell you what, I think we found how you need to play in Europe now, don't we? I mean, how is it that we haven't technically had a shot on target, yet we've had the ball in the back of the net twice? Bermudez isn't maybe having the greatest game out there. We could look to bring on Duque out there. Oh, don't you dare score. And we could, although Ibarra is playing quite well as the number 10. Angus is only playing as 6. I mean, the match rating suggests we're playing badly, and that's not been the case at all. So, I mean, if you want to look at match stats, it looks like we've been thoroughly outplayed. I would completely disagree with that. I think we keep going with there's no pressure and just try and time the runs, guys. That's all we've got to do here. There's nothing to worry about. Let's give them some encouragement. And well, let's see what we can do. Vazquez with the ball over the top. It's a little bit too far ahead of Johnny Angus. We do have Lutzi on the bench, of course, who we could call on. I don't think Angus has done that bad. I mean, maybe what we're not seeing out, in between highlights is not particularly good from him. But he certainly took that chance well, even if he was offside. Can we win that back? No, Rafael Leao goes on a run. No one's going with him. Don't score. It's not fair if you score. Ayrton's done really, really well. Bernard gets it clear. Angus flicks it on, and is that the highlight? Yes, it is. All right, Bermudez is really not having a good day out there, so we will take him off, and we'll get Duque on. Welcome him back from his international duty with Colombia, or Colombia's under 23s or whatever it was. Let's just keep encouraging. McLean's not having a great game either. We've got work to do here. Duque can't quite keep possession for us there. We deserve something from this game, but you just know the sucker punch is coming. Is this it? Oh, this is it, isn't it? No, we've made it. Oh, get up. Oh, if you don't you dare. If VAR gives a penalty, I might cry. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All right, Angus. I don't know that you've done that badly, but we'll take him off. We'll bring Lutzi on. Santizo can't stop the penalty, and it is 1-0 to AC Milan. And to say that's harsh on us, I don't think that even begins to tell the story, does it? Have they even had a chance? I'm sure they have, but... All right, come on, let's demand more. McLean's not playing well. I don't really have anybody I can put on out there in place of him. You know what we could do? Vazquez is a decent enough attacking player, so we could bring Varela on and just use Vazquez out there as a winger. See if that works. We've got 10 minutes to save European football for us for the season. Oh, you couldn't make it up, could you? Let's go a higher tempo. Let's just look to exploit the flanks. Let's get rid of that. And a game that, I mean, we've essentially, it feels like we've dominated the game. The XG is so misleading. It's so misleading. They had a penalty for a start. And then we've had the ball out of in the net twice. And if you saw that game, just the stats, you'd say, oh, they were that thoroughly beaten. That wasn't that game, though, was it? And, well, unless we can take something off of Bayern Munich now, that is us out of Europe. Not just the Champions League, out of Europe. So there we go. Youthful Queen of the South come unstuck. We're out of the Champions League. I mean, we're at it. Maybe Bayern Munich, maybe they'll come into that last game already qualified and rest players, and we've just got to go beat Karabakh now and then pray for something in Germany. Anyway, wait, right there, we've got almost full attention on the league now, don't we? It's Rangers next. Let's see if we can win that one. All right, it's time to dust ourselves down and go again. Now, we did set a club record for gate receipts, so that's good. Something to come from that. A little bit of bad news, though. We've got another unhappy player. It's Suljic this time. He wants to start more games. I basically said he needs to accept being maybe more of a squad player, and he did not want to do that. The thing with Suljic is that I want to keep him, but I don't necessarily want to play him all the time. So it may be one of these things where we just have to let him go because he wants what and we can't give him what he wants, kind of thing. So we'll wait and see on that front, but that is Suljic unhappy as well now. This is the games Celtic have already played and won, so they are now 4 points back of us. Realistically, we're going away to Rangers. I'd take a point right now, keep the 2-point gap, and go from there. But we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. This is a team we're sending out. I toyed with the idea of sort of doing something different to them, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go with this. I'm not convinced who I want to play as that box to box or that other midfield role in there. We'll go with... Anyway, so it's Santizo in goal. It's Vazquez, Walker, Bernard and Ayrton. It's Paredes and Harding in midfield. It's Duque, it's Bermudez and McLean. Lutzi goes up top. I've had to promise him first-team football. He's unhappy as well. I'm more willing to do that because we know what Lutzi can do if he's on form. And, yeah, well, let's hope we get a result here. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. There's a few different names starting to pop up on the team sheet now, isn't there? Gattuso, still don't know how he has a job, but he has. And is he going to start and come good? That's got to be the worry for us, doesn't it? All right, so we will say, ignore the recent praise, just go out there, play your natural game. We will fist pump and say, make me proud, and out we go. All right. Now, there is an international break after this, and then we have the Karabakh and Celtic games. So... there is, yeah, that's why we're able to field such a strong side, and hopefully we'll be able to put out a strong side for Karabakh as well as Celtic. Maybe the issue we'll have is players coming back from international duty. I thought Lottie might be able to get to that because we do have the likes of Santizo. Oh, what a save from Santizo and off the line from Vazquez. Still, though, the other danger is cleared. That was a little bit of luck there for us, though. Santizo and Bermudez have been called up, so they're going to be off to South America. So Santizo should be fine. He's a goalkeeper. Bermudez, maybe not so much. But again, we've got the likes of Nakai who can come in, Ibarra. We have options, which is obviously something we haven't necessarily had before to this degree anyway. So far, so good, I suppose. A little bit of a heart attack moment, but other than that, there's not been too much to write home about, has there? Let's try demand more, perhaps. Rangers, of course, are playing Thursday night, so we've had an extra day's recovery from what they've had. But there's not been much to say about this game so far, has there? All right, I wonder if we lower our tempo down and maybe look for overlaps. See if we can get something going that way. Otherwise, I wonder if... do we say we're far from pleased? I mean, it doesn't really go with the pre-game talk of just relax and play your game. But we'll go with that. And I think what we'll do is that if this doesn't work, we could look to go 2 up top, double Mazzellas. I mean, it's been a horrid game of football. No shots on target yet. And no sign of that changing anytime soon. All right, so we'll be the ones that make changes and try and improve the game. There's a small part of me that says I said I'd accept a draw. Just accept a draw. If it's 0-0, don't change anything. But it's not the way I want to play. All right, so we will get Irving on, I suppose, for Duque, and we can switch those two around. Everything else there should be fine. And hopefully, this will spin the game in our favour. We have had a shot on target now, so that's something. Oh, it's been a horrid game, hasn't it? Imagine sitting in the rain watching this. Let's try demand more. Just starting to get a little bit of nerves creeping in, which isn't ideal. And we've got a highlight. 76th minute. Paredes is... Oh, Ayrton. There was nothing on. Can Santizo be a hero, or are we going to lose top spot in the league as well? Oh, we had such a good start to the season, and European football has just... It's just destroyed us. He's gone the right way. There's not much he can do about it. It's a good penalty. Ayrton has just made a bit of a silly tackle, hasn't he? All right, let's give it a calm down. What else can we do here? Let's raise up our tempo. Let's just go, baby, to shoot on sight. Unpause would be helpful. Lutzi's having a nightmare. Let's get him off. Let's get Suljic on. One unhappy player for another, but we'll see what happens. Can we give it I wonder if a focus will help. I mean, it has, so that's something. But one stupid moment from Ayrton, and we've lost the game. Unbelievable. So there are the other results. Rangers go top. It's a 4-point gap to Celtic now. Hearts are still there as well, as are Aberdeen. It's a decent title race this season. But after a stonking start to the season, it's just starting to go that little bit wrong, isn't it? And, well, we've got Celtic up next in the league. We could find ourselves in a very, very precarious position in terms of Champions League football. And that's the first time Rangers have beaten us in a long, long time as well. Anyway, that will do it for today. Another episode of back-to-back losses. I feel like we did... Well, I feel like we should have won that game against AC Milan. The Rangers game... It's difficult to say we didn't deserve to lose because we didn't really create anything, but I think that deserved a 0-0, didn't it? But anyway, we'll be back after the international break. Karabag at home. We do now have to win. We have to win that, and then hope we can take something from Bayern Munich. And then it will be Celtic at home in the league. And, well, the way we're going right now, I mean, if you have any ideas, it just feels like we're just having that little bit of a blip. And maybe that's come at just... Well, it's been going on for a little while, though, now, hasn't it? Yeah. Take care.